Okay, Rachel, they're gonna ask you a simple question. Just say you want to bring a modern twist to a classic tale, okay?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937. She's not going to be saved by the prince.
All right, Rachel, they're gonna ask you for a clarification about what you just said. Talk about how you like the original, you just think it needs a modern update, okay?
What did you mean by that?
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Can you just hype up your co-stars?
Sure, a lot of people will assume it's a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
Good.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut.
Has Hunter Biden and call the movie Blow White and the 7 Crackheads. That's what they should call it, okay? Because whatever movie they're putting together right now is not Snow White, okay? And Rachel Zegler has told us that it's not Snow White, okay? She's told us that this is going to be a super feminist women's empowerment movie that is not a love story. And she honestly doesn't even like the original Snow White, right? She claimed that she was scared of the original Snow White, that it kind of freaked her out, okay? And she has just been basically trashing the original classic film in public interviews, and that has pissed a lot of people off, okay? It has not just pissed off people who are rooting against Disney anyways because Disney's woke, but it's also pissed off people who are supporting Disney, who want to support Disney because of the fact that she is disrespecting the original film. Again, she is single-handedly destroying the film before it can even come out.
Saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign. I am.
I don't think I've ever seen such a condescending, smug Disney princess ever in my life. I don't even know what movies she has been in to get her to have this Disney role. It's just every single interview that I have seen her do for this movie is just so smug and so condescending. To a point where, like, is she supposed to be, like, I don't know, uplifting us as women? Because it sounds fucking terrible, and I don't want to be included in that part of womanhood. If this is the way Disney is trying to get women into watching their films, I don't think they're doing it right. Because she made us sound like women only matter if they are hateful of love, hateful of any kind of romance, and we only exist to thrive and be a leader, which, hey, it is okay if you want to, but not every woman wants to be that. And a lot of women actually want romance, and maybe some, like, decent romance at that. Like, her demeanor is so off-putting that I will never ever go watch this movie ever again. Like, even when, and I'm so off-putted, like, I'm so, like, offended, like, grossed by it. And I don't even think the movie's even actually made yet.
Yeah, so that's how a whole lot of people are feeling, okay? People who otherwise would watch the movie, they don't really care about Disney's wokeness. They're so turned off by the condescending and smug attitude of this woke lead actress that, again, they're like, oh, I don't even want to watch the movie, okay? Again, the backlash has gotten so bad that it has been speculated that Disney is now trying to run a PR campaign to save face for Rachel Zegler, okay? There was an old video that was posted on her YouTube channel about a year ago of her talking about, I guess, her ascension to fame and the issues that she has to deal with, okay? And E! Entertainment decided to kind of take a mashup of these clips in which it sounds like she's issuing an apology, even though she's really not, okay? At least not to the current backlash. And they decided to post that on their TikTok as if she's actually issuing a current apology, when it's really just her basically talking about her experience, you know, I guess being famous and some of the backlash that she's gotten and how some of her words and things that she says has been taken out of context. Take a look.
Video is going to get taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that, because that's what my whole existence on the internet is just me being taken out of context and stuff, which is fine. That's what I signed up for, isn't it? I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have. When I tell you that it's hard, I just mean to be inside my brain. And I'm there 24/7. I can't get out of it.
As a huge Disney fan like all of you, this is the biggest dream come true I could possibly imagine for myself. Thank you all for making it possible and being excited.
Rachel, this is your second film.
I know.
How do you describe that experience?
Oh, it's so weird and like not okay. No pun intended, lightning struck twice for me. I feel like the luckiest girl in the world.
It is just ridiculous. I can't believe this is my life. I can't every day.
17 years old, a junior in high school. You send in this casting tape, and then you're cast as
And
Maria.
then I got it. I'm like looking around and there's this huge poster of my face and I'm like, who is that? I still can't process any of it.
I am the most grateful person alive. But
Y'all, Disney and the Rachel Zegler PR team, they're on it. After continuously being dragged through the mud over the past 1 to 2 weeks, Disney has finally collaborated with other news networks and released an apology video on behalf of Rachel. So I had mixed thoughts. If you guys don't know this, I have done 3 follow-up videos to a lot of different interviews that Rachel Zegler has done, talking about her role as Snow White in the new Disney live-action depiction, as well as just reacting to the fact that the seven dwarves are no longer 7 dwarves. Disney has decided to completely remove little people from their movie, get rid of dwarves altogether, outside of one character, and make them the 7 magical creatures, or the 7 wonders of the world, or I honestly don't know what they're calling it. And that doesn't sit right with me, nor a lot of other people on the internet. And I don't really want to quite go down that full rabbit hole. You guys can go watch those videos. But I was so curious when Rachel's team was going to put out an apology statement. And I don't necessarily know if this was the true apology statement. This was just posted by E! News or Entertainment News, whatever they want to call themselves, 4 hours ago. And I have mixed feelings over it, because the video in and of itself actually did hit home, and it did hit pretty hard for me, because everybody's been there, right? When you're in your late teens, early 20s, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna come across one way that you don't mean to. And this poor girl never grew up in Hollywood. She just hit her claim to fame very early in life, and it's just been the past couple of years her face has just been splashed across the news recently, with playing Maria in West Side Story, with playing obviously Snow White in Snow White, and now playing Lucy Gray in The Hunger Games. This girl has just been struck gold apparently recently with her fame. I'm sure that she had no training with going into the Hollywood world. She has no training in PR, and I'm assuming that she kind of just came across a way that maybe she wasn't intending to come across. But at the same time, if you watch this video, I felt bad for her at first, and she seemed like she was coming across slightly as being grateful for playing the character and the fame that she's had. But if you read through the comments, you will actually see that a lot of those videos are actually older videos. Apparently that is not actually one that was posted recently. Her gratefulness video was one for a different film that she did, I believe back for West Side Story. I could be incorrect about that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But But then I go back to the video and I watch her when they're like, oh, well, can you believe this is Juliet? And she goes, yeah, I look at my face and I'm like, who is that? To me, it just gives off really bad vibes, to be honest. I just think that this poor girl, she just went from rose to fame very quickly in her life, that she just doesn't know how to handle the spotlight. And it's actually really sad, and I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I don't feel bad for her, because at the end of the day, you just have to learn, you got to be grateful, girl, for what you're given, and you were given an opportunity that no other person has been given, and you need to figure it out. And I hope, and I do truly hope that if this isn't the true apology video, that she does come out with one soon enough, because this girl rose to fame so quickly, and the faster you rise, the faster you fall.
Yeah, so apparently that video is not an actual real apology video, at least not a recent one, and it's Entertainment Tonight basically trying to take an old video and trying to basically make people think that, oh, this is in response to the recent backlash that she has been getting when it comes to her role in Snow White. Okay, they put hashtag Rachel Zegler, hashtag Snow White, right? That's what Entertainment Tonight did on their TikTok when they posted this video, right? And, you know, they've gotten called out for it, okay, because, again, this is an old video, and they're trying to run a fake PR campaign for her, right, with this fake apology that clearly is not going to work. But I do think that she should issue an apology, okay? She should come out here and apologize, because, again, this movie is going to end up being a disaster, right? I think that Disney honestly should scrap the whole movie, right? Just pay Rachel Zegler her check and say, hey, here's your $1 million or whatever. Thank you so much for your service, your time, but we can't move forward with this movie the way it is, okay? This movie is going to be one of the biggest disasters in Disney history, okay? I'm telling you, right? Even branding experts are warning. They're warning. Rachel Zegler backlash could ruin Disney's big budget Snow White remake, and predicts executives will be having crisis talks in order to win back fans ahead of 2024 release. So let's read about this, because, again, this is getting out of control. Rachel Zegler's comments about the upcoming live-action Snow White remake could have, quote, a huge impact on ticket sales, branding experts have warned. The 22-year-old actress has received plenty of backlash after she admitted that she hated the original 1937 movie and branded the storyline weird while referring to the Prince character as a stalker. The big budget Disney movie is scheduled to be released in March 2024, and now it has been predicted that executives will be having, quote, crisis talks in order to do some serious damage limitation following the negative response to Rachel's stances. The backlash occurred after several videos of Rachel speaking negatively about the original film in various interviews last year resurfaced online, where she said of her version of the character, quote, she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. So not the movie, right? Not the actual Snow White movie, okay? Not the Snow White storyline. As well as being labeled a, quote, fake feminist, some critics accuse Rachel of gaslighting, and one marketing consultant has warned that Disney will, quote, need to be careful with how they have portrayed Snow White. Well, I think the cat is out of the bag, right? I think it's a little bit too late for that, okay? I think she's done. Okay, I think it's done. They need to scrap the whole damn thing, right? They scrap the whole damn thing. Go and hire 7 actual dwarfs, okay? Go and hire the palest Snow White they can find, right? That's what they should do, and remake the damn movie. That's what they should do. Speaking to dailymail.com, branding expert Carla Spate said, quote, it's been clear that the original Disney Princess films hold old values. Disney has fallen for the trap of going to the opposite extreme to inflict strong and loaded messaging on the viewers, believing that's empowerment. Quote, there was a time when Disney actors were media trained and were thoughtful about the impact of their words, which sticking to key messaging about the films. But it seems with this total rewrite of Snow White, picturing her as a girl boss has gone to the heads of their stars. Yeah, most certainly has. And again, a lot of people are upset about it. Not just people who, you know, don't like the fact that Disney's woke, but even the people who want to watch Disney, who are fans of Disney, they're turned off by this. Quote, Disney will need to be careful with how they have portrayed Snow White and what they do and don't allow their actors to say about it going forward. They simply cannot repeat the same mistakes and allow their actors to be so vocal in their own personal opinions during promotions. It can have a huge impact on ticket sales, especially with the amount of negative backlash so early in the promo trail. Carla continued, they need to get the key messaging and strong selling point into a brief for the cast of the film and ensure they stick to it. If they don't, it's a disaster waiting to happen and the backlash will keep growing. It's possibly a good idea to get Rachel to clarify what she meant and highlight it was her own personal opinion, not a slight on women, she advised. Well, that's what E! Entertainment basically tried to do, okay, is to try to get some clips out here of Rachel, okay, to try to trick the world into believing that she's actually, you know, sorry or remorseful for her actions or grateful for her opportunities. Quote, they should highlight the important message that it's okay to be who you want to be. After all, Disney has been famously telling us that they're the place where dreams do come true and have never actually defined what those dreams should be. Neither should their actors. PR expert Nick Ed agrees and told DailyMail.com that perhaps Rachel isn't the best person to promote the film despite playing the main character. Yeah, well, that's pretty bad, right? That's pretty bad. If, you know, the main person that's playing the role here, you know, shouldn't be promoting the film. Again, I mean, hey, you know, she's kind of embraced this feminist branding, okay? Quote, Rachel is a big name star playing one of the world's most famous fairy tale characters immortalized by Disney, but instead of taking the lead of the Little Mermaid's Halle Bailey and embracing her role, Rachel has actively chosen to spoil the narrative and express the new direction she has taken Snow White in, Nick claimed. Quote, this is by no means a wrong move, and Snow White and other stories, if they were written today, would have very different nuances and narratives, but the fact that she's actively being negative about the source material and laughing off the old Disney film and the fairy tale makes her look too eager to show off the new version and shows little or no respect for the previous version and other iterations. I'm sure Disney executives must be having crisis talks and thinking perhaps their new Snow White isn't the best person to promote the film and ensure its box office success, Nick predicted. The film is due out in 2024, and with the negative narrative that surrounded it, they will find it hard to create a magical and positive hype they ultimately were looking to get, having Rachel appear on the red carpets. The negative press may entice people to see what all the fuss is about, but unlike the recent Barbie movie, which features brilliant feminist and empowering messages, which we only discover upon viewing, it feels like the cat has been let out of the bag and we already have an opinion on the film thanks to Rachel's narrative. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? I don't think any conservatives need to watch this movie to tell us how woke it is, okay? She already told us how woke it is, and I personally think that they should just scrap the whole thing, right? They should scrap the whole thing, go back to the original story, get some characters that actually look like the original characters, and, you know, maybe they should do that, right? I think that's the only way to save it. I think at this point, this movie is unsavable, and I am just eager to see how bad it flops at the box office because now everybody's pissed off, okay? And I think that this is going to be terrible, right? This is going to be one of the worst flops in Disney history. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.